Well, morning, guys. It's 2:18 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. It is the 13th of September, 2023, for Wednesday. And we were John City, Roseman, California. Yeah, I know the camera angle sucks, and it's a different one altogether. It's from the main laptop. And right now, okay, just want to make sure. Yeah, I'm having issues. Power issues, actually. Facing power charges like everybody else around here. With the heat increase that we have and global warming screwing us over left and right. It's no wonder we're going to be paying more and more and higher energy bills because we're trying to keep ourselves cooler and cooler. We're getting into a vicious cycle here. We're running around trying to keep ourselves cooler. We're paying out of pocket more and more, and we're going to become more and more screwed. Yeah, I know. Isn't that positive news right there this morning? Meanwhile, while everybody else is losing their heads left and right, you get into politics? I was hoping to get back into schoolwork. Talking about the PowerPoint presentation, talking about, how I'm going to try to pass something of, passing this damn thing again. There's a quiz in here I'm supposed to study concerning about truth tables. Every time I keep hearing about truth tables, I hear Donald Trump voice going, truth table. No, mine is about, probably about arguments, but I'm going to be studying about, in this particular chapter, about unconditionals or conditionals. And I think this makes sense, by the way. See, this is the kind of thing that math for liberal arts has to learn about. And it's not exactly math, it's word formal logic. To me, it's still philosophy 101. But if I happen to look at this as mathematical equations of sorts, then maybe it'll start making sense to this math-deprived brain of mine. I'm not exactly hip on the math anyway, but these are about equations, if they're truth, if they're valid, expressions left and right, how to drive me nuts. I have to learn about conditionals. P with an arrow towards a letter. One letter, and then it's if and, no, actually it's the if-then situation. I'll learn about that when I get a test on that. And make the equivalent of what I've got. I've learned about the conjunction, which is and. So you got the letter P, and then you got the letter, actually, arrow going up, and then you got another letter. All these nice little fun things I have to learn about. Change that camera angle a bit. The negation, how about that one? Or disjunction. The positive is going up, and the negative is going down. That's an and or. Actually, the and or could have been a negative, and or just makes it De Morgan's law on that one. Oh, good Lord, I can learn about that one too. I mean, there's a lot of expressions I have to learn how to do the truth table and work on these equivalent expressions here. The Morgan laws. How about that one? Negation of one thing becomes a positive. Well, this kind of reminds me of an algebra expression. A negative times a negative equals a positive. You ever see the movie Stand and Deliver with Edward Olmos in it? Edward James Olmos in it. Played Jaime Escalante. Jaime Escalante was a real person, a real teacher at Garfield, South Central. Well, he's still ill, actually. And these guys weren't exactly doing so hot until he came in and changed their math department a great deal. It was an engineer, and he knew his math a great deal. He wanted to get into computer sciences. He wanted to teach people how to do math, besides basic math, get them up to calculus, because he had the idea for it. Now, according to what the movie was, and I never heard of Pioneer Squad growing up. This was happening back in the 80s. And he changed the school all around. He changed the math department to where the school got accreditations and they had people graduating from his classes into calculus, AP, and college credits. And that changed a lot of students' lives to where they could become engineers, mathematicians, good Lord, anything else they wanted to do. Except politics. But in this particular movie, he was training the first students going in. And I never heard about IMEO Squad growing up. Until I started hearing about the news reports about him. About how this math whiz was training these kids. And it was a few decades later after he retired, he also passed away. And a lot of students had paid a lot of respects to this guy. He was a phenomenal teacher. Wish I had him. Maybe he would have taught me something about how to deal with math or how to understand math. Not just basic math. Not just working with accounting or figures. I'm talking about deep math. And I never had a love for math. I never had. Basic, okay, fine. And then you're talking about algebra, or actually pre-algebra, what they called it, but it was still algebra regardless. And they were trying to teach it to me in 8th grade, junior high. And I didn't understand what the hell they were talking about. All these damn formulas, all these damn ways of calculating things. My head wasn't in the game. I don't think I was mature enough for the damn thing in the first place. I don't think I had inspiration during those days. They didn't actually have inspiration for a couple of, actually for many other topics over at Patrick Henry Junior High. At least during the days of the 80s where I was attending. Actually from 79 to 81. They did have a science department. They actually did deal with math, but they also dealt with concepts of science and practicality and physical experiments. I didn't know how to make toothpaste or something called oobleck. The toothpaste actually worked. I don't know what the hell the oobleck was for. But the field trips that they actually had taught us a little bit more about science and how it was around us, how to appreciate it, how to grow plants in a 2-liter plastic bottle. We made a geranium. Well, we had engineers, we had scientists trying to find people who actually had the love of science. Oh, besides math. I passed the classes, just C's, but just one of those average students out there. I wasn't super student. Sorry, I wasn't all that hip on that one. But what I was hip on was understanding the world around me. I was being taught by an Apollo NASA engineer. One that worked on rockets. One of the engineers who actually worked on one of the rockets. And I was being taught by this guy named Al Squatrito. It was Mr. Goldsworthy, chemist teacher. Ron Nadell was also another science teacher. And a gentleman named Munch. And Munch and Nadell are still around. Probably in their 70s at this point, but cool guys out here. They taught us a lot. They taught us a great deal about science. See, I needed teachers like that in my life to encourage We had the teachers who did things by the book and by the rote. Well, we had some teachers actually in certain special programs that I screwed up in, but they were trying to teach students how to be more than what the book was. Rare teachers that you would find that would help you expand. Me, all I could do is expanding, get into a college, and then screw up, and then go back to work for 30 years plus. Did I say I'm talking about politics? Oh, the politics of life, actually. Not politics about two guys beating up on each other because of personal or egos clashing left and right because they think their opinion matters more. Early this morning, that's all they're going to be talking about is this one and that one and everything else. Oh, well. I draw upon the past because that's more of what I know, what I grew up into. I'm seeing this new world that we have, and we're still trying to define, and we're still kicking ourselves in the face on this one. Because quite frankly, we don't even know how to fit into it. We don't. I'm hearing too much commentary from other people, what this should be, that should be that. And I'm seeing too many damn videos out there and programming by marketing bots or something like that. I call them the zeros and ones out there. Keep locking me into this kind of box of material that I have to keep watching over and over again. No wonder it's a brainwashing. We worry about being brainwashed? Shit. We're doing it to ourselves at this point. All of our damn preferences, all of our choices, and we are driving ourselves absolutely bonkers. But how am I supposed to be able to deal with this? I don't know. I wanted to get past the damn thing. In occasions, I am. I look at other things beyond the box. The box they keep putting me into is the political box, mostly. You gotta react to this, you gotta react to that, you gotta react to this, you gotta react to that. How would the teachers back then be able to deal with the technology we have today and understanding the psychology of the damn shit? And so whenever I got a class right now in English that wants to deal with advertisers and the weasel words, we have to put this into a graphic essay. How can I put it into a graphic essay concerning about what I'm dealing with on a constant basis? There was one particular student that was doing something about conspiracies and the U.S. government. I was looking at this damn thing and I'm wondering to myself, maybe they had the right idea. Is it a conspiracy? I'd call it a conspiracy of the zeros and ones. The marketing trolls out there want to keep pushing us into one particular viewpoint, guided by whatever kind of forces they got. And that would be belonging to the conspiracy and everything else. And yeah, there had been concepts I was drilled into my head a long time ago that I must seek him out. I must. Must I? Must I? Must I continue to force myself into the situation over here? And be put on another treadmill? I need to find a way to break that damn treadmill without keep running on the damn thing. Or just find a way to get off the damn thing before getting on. How about that one? Do the math on that one. Where's the logic in this one? Do a truth table on this one. Let's see. Expression over there. You got columns. The boxes over here. What's truth? What's false? That thing I gotta deal with. That's the reality I deal with. For the college, for the course, that's where my mindset has to be. Well, without it, I'll be doing the rat race like everybody else is. Let's react. Let's overreact. Let's react. Let's overreact. What do you think about this? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. You're going to tell me. You're going to tell me. You're going to tell me. We must tell the people. Like crazy. What was that damn song? Dirty Laundry. Oh, 80s and 90s, I had this one. I mean, I had pretty good songs over there. Yeah, that's Dirty Laundry. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the artist that did this one. I mean, I can see him, I can hear him, I just can't get the name off the tip of my tongue. It's a pain in the ass to do that one. Anyway. That's what I keep, hold on. There's a way. There's a way. Hold on. Don Henley? Oh. I didn't think it was him. Okay. Who was Don? Okay, Don Henley, back in 1982. But Don Henley was part of the Eagles. So it was just it's a weird ass song though. I thought it was somebody else who recorded it, but it was Don Henley. Okay, cool. I thought it was somebody else, but I liked it. I kept hearing it so much on the other channels left and right. They would call them the oldie but moldies. I mean, the 80s for me is the oldie but moldies. And back in back in my time, we listened to the music of the 60s, and growing up in the 70s, we had music from the 50s, and they were called the oldie but moldies. KRLA and K-Earth 101. And maybe a couple other stations out there too that would play the 50s songs and the 60s songs for oldie but moldies. But the 70s and 80s that I was growing up on, those are my generation. Music I grew up on. And not just the rock and roll, not just the country music, a little bit. There's out there, and there was a lot of country music. But then listen to the country stations. I'd put it on KFWB News 98. All the news, all the time. You give us 24 minutes, we'll give you the world. It was like KNX. No, I was KFWB. KNX 1070. All news, all the time. Oh, one of those two. I get them screwed up. But there were only two news stations I remembered out there. One of them had that. Okay, here we go again. I needed, what was it? KFWB. Give us 32 minutes. We'll give you the world. I wanted to see who did this thing. KFWB. I was right. I remembered so much of that one. It was more than 22 minutes. I mean, it's like half hour. Like, give me 30 minutes and I'll bore the living crap out of you what's going on during those days. And then there was KNX 1070. We start taking away all the news stations or putting them on podcasts. It takes away the glory of the old radio stations we used to listen to all the time. You had the AM band and you had the FM band. AM band, you listen to news and you listen to talk shows. Maybe a few music stations if you're lucky. Everything else is on the FM band. All over the place. You listen also to a few stations on the lower band of the talk shows and of sports. And everything else was music for different sorts all the time. It makes me long for those kind of days when we didn't have the Wi-Fi, when we didn't have the computers, we didn't addicted to these damn things all the time. I know this is probably going to be a griping thing. It's going to talk to you about politics. Politics in my day was two guys having an argument concerning about one thing they didn't like. But hopefully not getting into a damn fisticuffs or anything else. These days, you talk to the killer Karens. Now, before they had the camera phones going on and cameras capturing everybody else, you were lucky enough somebody actually brought out an 8mm and just, okay, we're gonna photograph this damn thing. Here, get your camera going. Okay, I got it going here. What's going on? These days, what the? I'm going to get you on phone. I'm going to get you on phone. Here I go. Here. I got him. Watch this. Ah! Special effects. What's happening? Look at that. I got you on this. I'm going to post it on YouTube. I'm going to post it on social media. How to have a conniption fit early in the morning. Get involved with somebody. Throw out a camera and says, I got this camera in front of you. I'm going to show it to the cops. You're in trouble now. That's our society right now. How to make people afraid of the damn camera. We've had this damn thing since the Civil War era. We didn't have motion pictures until about, the 1890s? More than that. They started doing the films. And they did other films. Comedies. Bit of things going on in life. No one tried to kill each other. I think it was all civilized back then. It wasn't. This still wasn't civilized back then. These days, we don't know what civilization is anymore. No. I'm just trying to make sure that the damn bugs are still here. Put this in perspective. Currently, I'm still living in a stage of siege with the cockroach war. Management still comes by every week to spray. So deal with these bugs when it comes to base. Not to mention building traps left and right to keep these bastards trapped, tossed out. So I'll deal with that one. Reality check. My present day. If I had cameras, I'd be watching the cameras. I got you on camera, Bug. I'm going to put you out there on YouTube. Bug's like, what did you say here? I'm going to put you on YouTube. What the hell's a YouTube? I'm going to put you on camera. That's all I get from the damn bugs. Buffing human beings? Yeah, I know I'm going all over the place regarding topics this morning. I had my coffee this morning. I got to be leaving in about a few hours to get over to the bus stop. Walking over there. And all of that's to school. And you know what the fun thing about going to college is? At my old age? Is I get to learn more things than I had before. I had my mind opened up because of life experiences and knowing my life was getting shorter and shorter. So I might as well just have fun with school and maybe have fun understanding people and then putting it on record. What the hell? I'm no damn teacher. But if I am a teacher, maybe this is my classroom. How to be human. How to be not human. How to be you. But I'm not you, I'm me. But how do I be me if I'm you? But if I am you, I can't be me. Why is that? I can't be you, I can't be me, then what am I? I don't know. It's a question for philosophers, isn't it? Shall we put that under a truth table here? Shall we put that under equations here? We must say if, and then if I am not you, then I am me. So there's got to be something to be worked upon that one. I sure it is. I gotta have me a damn notebook here. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm getting up. I'll have a connection set. This. Where are we here? Always handy to have a pencil around. So when you're trying to make logic. That's a scary thing in the morning. Okay. Got my back area there. Okay, so I need to put this on the truth table here. Give me a second, so. Okay, yeah. I am not you. And I am me. Okay, this is going to be a simple one, isn't it? Alright. Got the conditionals. Alright. And we got P, we got Q, so we got P, with a Q. Not complex. Okay, somebody do a truth table on this one. So I've got what's truth and what's false. I always have to figure this shit out. Truth is on that. I can explain it. How come I got false afterwards? Is P truthful to that? Or is that truthful to that? And after the first line, I always get confused as hell concerning about these damn truth tables. But this is the thing we have to learn about in this chapter. So how to drive me crazy at this point over here. It's going to be a false. And if it's two falses, they still got to be true. Don't ask me how it works out that way. It just does. And I've got to work on that one. I am not. No. Because this changes the collision around. Not. Okay, that's a negative. Or, an N on that one. Not is N. So I'm dealing with not P. That changes everything else around. You add the conditional. So if I am you, then I am not me. Of course, that shows you the occasions around. I know what it is. Let me see something. If I am me, we'll do a Morgan law on this one here. I am not you. I always watch for those damn conditionals. That drives me crazy. So, and then again, we're talking about, let's see, what's the language on this one? The language is conditional. That one, is it? Yeah. Alright, let's go over here. Should have been not Q. P is kind of a reversal on that one. Okay. Yeah, it's called trying to figure this thing out. I don't know where the mathematical formula is. It's trying to figure and follow logic at this point. If I am me and then I'm not you. And how the logic in this section of Math for Liberal Arts, we've got these signs that we have to figure out half the time for this piece. Got a picture out one? Take a snapshot. There you go. Okay. The top portion is supposed to be what they call a conditional. And. This and that. And we're supposed to be putting with all designated letters on these sections. If there's an or in there, an or is there's the V. The and is the A. If you have something in a negation here, conditional. Okay, if I am not this, therefore, or then I am with the negation, which is the but the if and the then is the with the arrow on the damn thing. And the fun part is trying to put them into a table format, trying to figure out the truth and false. This is the damn thing I'm still working out in my head, and I got a quiz on this one today. So, yeah, something I had to put this on record anyway to drive me crazy and drive you crazy. Welcome to my world. I hadn't seen anything concerning about a graphic essay in my English class either.